I do want to point out that in the strategic priorities for Homeland Security, it says this: continue to evolve immigration policies and processes in order to respond to new trends in illegal migration and further align our enforcement policies with our goal of sound law enforcement practice that prioritizes public safety. In case you haven't noticed, we have a crisis situation on our southern border today. And regardless of how you feel about immigration reform in this country, you cannot sit idly by and watch this blatant invasion of our southern border and our rule of law by folks that are illegal crossing this country. Chain migration is a real thing. If the children enter this country, what happens with their families? Do they also come at a later date? I'm concerned that we have CBP officers changing diapers and warming formula for these children. This is a humanitarian crisis, and I'm very sympathetic to the humanitarian aspect of this. But I'm also very cognizant of the fact that OTMs, other than Mexicans, a DHS term that says anyone other than a Mexican or nationality person that crosses into this country is an OTM. These are Guatemalans and El Salvadorians and Hondurans. I get that. But I'm worried about the Asian, the Middle Eastern, and the African folks that are coming into this country and could possibly cross our southern border while we have CBP officers warming formula. What would they come here for? Would they come here to seek a job? Possibly. But we see what's going on in North Africa, and we talked about foreign fighters in Syria. I'm concerned that there are real threats that could possibly exploit this situation and enter my country, the sovereign nation, the United States of America, across our southern border because we're looking somewhere else and we're dealing with something else. I'm going to let my blood pressure calm down for just a second. Think about the world that we're living in today. We've got our border situation I just talked about. We've got Iraq and ISIS. We've got Syria and foreign fighters. We talked about foreign fighters a minute ago, and I appreciate that. We went to overseas to actually look at this issue, and while we were there, a foreign fighter came from Syria, came from the battlefield. He was European. He was battle-hardened. He was radicalized. He came to Belgium, and he shot up a Jewish museum where 4 or 5 people were killed while we were there. The French got lucky and caught him at a bus stop. He was in an open border, Schengen area. With a visa waiver program, could that European nationality have flown in the United States because he didn't have to go to the consulate and the embassy to get a visa? He could have gotten on an airplane. If he wasn't on a terrorist watch list or a no-fly list, guess what? He flies in the United States of America to do what? This is a real issue with foreign fighters that are getting battle-hardened in Syria and now Iraq. We've got Iran continually to pursue a nuclear weapons program, Russia, the Crimea and Ukraine, Hezbollah, Hamas, what we see with the kidnapping of Israeli children by the Palestinian folks. We see Boko Haram in Libya and North Africa. What's going on in Egypt and the Sinai. China, the South China Sea, threatening Japan. Cybersecurity, China, Russia, and North Korea. And I could go on and on and on. There's a lot of problems going on in the world. That's why I think it's so important that DHS has a very, very, very clear message and plan in this report.